Hi, I'm Andy, a collection specialist at Credit Sage. My goal is to help people learn how they can remove Afni Collections from their credit report. And honestly, in many cases, without paying their debt at all. So if that's you or even someone you know, I'm confident that you're going to walk away from this video knowing what the next best step is to take. But now, that doesn't mean that you shouldn't take action. For example, you know or believe that Afni Collections, or actually any of the other accounts on your credit report, are the result of identity theft or have a wrong balance after you've already paid, or any other major issues that are seriously affecting your life. You may be owed a settlement. And we work with a network of local attorneys that will work on your behalf at zero cost, win or lose, in addition to getting the accounts deleted permanently. Now, the other situation, if you don't have any of those issues existing, that's good. But if you just want the account removed from your credit report, we can help with that too. Just give us a call today. I'll put our number in the description area below. So now, today, I want to go through some of the most important questions that we get about this company. And I think the first one is really important. And that is, can you be arrested or get jail time for a debt with Afni Collections? And I put this one at the top because a lot of callers that we get are terrified that this could happen. And it makes sense. Few people are really taught how credit and debt work in school. I didn't know the answer to this question until I got into the business. But fortunately, unless the debt is related to specifically unpaid taxes or unpaid child support, you cannot be arrested or get jail time. No need to worry about that whatsoever. The other thing is that the amount of the debt doesn't matter either. You could refuse to pay $1,000 or $1 million, and you will not be arrested or get jail time. So don't worry about that. So now, who is Afni Collections and why are they on your credit report? Well, they're referred to as a debt collector or credit collection agency, and they buy debts, unpaid accounts, like credit cards, for example, often for very cheap. And then they try to collect the full amount, right? For example, imagine that you, for whatever reason, have an unpaid card with Capital One for maybe $1,000. Afni Collections could, in theory, come along and buy that debt for just $100. But now they don't try to collect that amount. No, they try to collect that full $1,000 from you, which would give them a 10x return on their investment. So, yeah, these companies can make a lot of money. And damaging your credit score by reporting the debt to your credit report is a primary strategy that they have to get you to pay. However, what a lot of people don't realize is that paying a debt that's on your credit report doesn't actually remove the account that's attached to it. That account will sit there for 7 years, damaging your score, whether it's paid or not. So a lot of time, paying the debt actually isn't in your best interest, and you could just be wasting your money. Now, in rare cases, paying the debt can even hurt your score further. So in addition to credit reporting, they may send scary letters. They'll certainly call a lot, even calling your family members and colleagues. And I think I should mention here that if a collector has ever threatened you or harassed you during non-business hours, you may be owed a lawsuit. So again, that's another case where you'd want to give us a call and we'll connect you with a local specialist that can take action quickly. Another question that we get is, should you negotiate a settlement with Afni Collections? And settling your debt with Afni Collections really depends on your goal. Typically, if you want to improve your credit score, paying isn't the best option. because of all the things I mentioned before. Even if you pay the collection, it will remain on your credit report for 7 years. Again, damaging your score that entire time. So instead, we always recommend working with an expert like us to come in and review these accounts. And what we look for is if certain issues exist, the accounts may be removed. And this is a win-win. You won't have to waste money paying a debt that won't help you and help your score. And the negative account gets removed from your report. So really, it's perfect. Which leads to the other question. How do you remove Afni Collections from your credit report? Excellent question. So the Fair Credit Reporting Act gives every person the power to challenge information on their report. I will say the knowledge required to do this is a bit more involved than it might seem. That's not to say you couldn't learn how to do it, and you should, but just be prepared. It's going to take some time to learn how to do it properly. Maybe weeks, maybe months, and really get the knowledge that you need to execute on that. However, if you'd like to hire a professional to handle it for you, and that way you ensure it's done properly the first time and you save the extra time, well, that's what we're here for. We'd be happy to take care of it for you. We've dealt with Afni Collections accounts many times, and they regularly have issues. And we've helped numerous clients deal with them. And we'd be happy to take care of it for you as well if you prefer. How can you get Afni Collections to stop calling you? This is a big one. And as I mentioned before, Afni Collections will be calling you to attempt to collect the debt they've purchased, which means the only reason that they'll stop calling you is if you settle your debt with them, or you work with a company like ours to potentially have them removed from your report altogether, right? That is really the better option. Will Afni Collections try suing or garnishing my wages? Great question. Afni Collections suing is unlikely. It can happen. It does happen. But in our experience, it's pretty rare. There are a lot of laws around how long they can sue for, what they can do if they win, and it's a long process. However, if we're able to find certain issues with the account, they won't be able to collect it all, which is another benefit of using an expert. Here's another question. What are my rights when dealing with Afni Collections? So you have the right to dispute any of your debt that Afni Collections has purchased. Afni Collections is governed by the Fair Debt Collection Practices Act, or FDCPA, and as I mentioned before, the Fair Credit Reporting Act, the FCRA. Now, these acts can seem a little complicated, but they provide a great deal of power to the consumer if you know how to use it properly. Now, if you don't have the time to research these, it's not a problem. You can call us today, and we'll discuss your options with you. Again, I'll throw our number in the description for you to see there, and thanks for watching.